In this video, we're going to talk about 6 tips to breaking through those fat loss plateaus. I'm Anthony Pietrobono, online coach, personal trainer, and university student. On this channel, I post educational fitness content and vlogs almost every day. So if you're looking to gain muscle or lose body fat faster, consider subscribing. You might be in this weird position where your diet is so on point, you're doing all your cardio, you're training hard, doing everything you can, but you're just not losing body fat anymore. Here's 6 powerful tips that I personally use to break through my fat loss plateaus. Tip number 1, implement a weekly refeed. Studies have shown that just one day of overfeeding can not only drastically improve your gym performance, but can also provide a lot of psychological relief. Refeeds can really serve as a mental break. A day where you double your regular carb intake or add in some sort of free meal or cheat meal can also control your hormones, because we know dieting has a major toll on our hormone levels. So see what works for you. Maybe you're the type who lowers your fat and lowers your protein intake and then doubles or triples your regular carbohydrate intake, and you love that. You can stick to a lot of low-fat foods. You can have cereal, pancakes, more rice, oatmeal, more sweet potatoes. Those are all foods that are really low fat and higher in carbohydrates to fit in those refeed days. If you find that those don't work for you, then you can be the type of person that follows your regular meal plan, but then adds in a free or cheat meal like a burger and fries or a small pizza or a sub as a free untracked meal on top of your regular plan. Some people respond better to the junk, some people respond better to the structured refeed of higher carbs, low fat, low protein. So just play with it, try both approaches and figure out which one you like better, because honestly, even if one approach may be more optimal than the other, it's best to go with pleasing the person's preferences, because that will make the diet easier if they actually look forward to that refeed day or cheat day. Tip number 2 would be to implement high intensity interval training. This can be in the form of doing sprints, wind gates, intervals on the Stairmaster, swimming. There's a lot of different variations. You can just figure out which one you enjoy doing the most and then do that. High intensity interval training is a short duration cardio session that you can do to accelerate your metabolism in the 24 to 48 hours after the fact because of the stress placed on the body. An example of a HIIT cardio session for sprints would be doing a 15-second all-out hill sprint. So run up a hill for 15 seconds and then walk or jog for 60 seconds. So it'd be 15 seconds on, 60 seconds recovery. That's one interval. And then you would do anywhere from 5 to 12 intervals of that in a given session. It's very taxing on the body, so you have to be careful where you place your HIIT sessions, when to do them, when's the best time to do them, and when it's too much. I personally wouldn't recommend you do high intensity interval training more than 2 to 3 times per week, because then it can really interfere with your resistance training and your recovery, which can just lead to overreaching and overtraining symptoms. The third tip would be to create an EPOC effect through your resistance training. EPOC stands for excess post-oxygen consumption, which means your body's demands for oxygen are greater after a bout of exercise. So you can even notice throughout the day, you might be breathing heavier just because your body's craving more oxygen to repair for the stress that was done in the previous session. To elicit this EPOC effect, you can implement more giant sets. So that would be doing 3 exercises back to back to back. Drop sets, supersets. Supersets would be 2 exercises back to back. Doing higher reps with compound lifts. If you add some of those set intensifiers in your current training program, you'll really notice your appetite picking up. You'll really notice that EPOC effect throughout the day. It's phenomenal. I've seen great results through implementing these kinds of set intensifiers in my training, and it really helps me push through these fat loss plateaus. The 4th tip is to focus on meal timing. Focusing on meal timing is like that next step after you've consistently tracked your calories and you're ready for that next step of being more strict with your nutrition. Try focusing on the peri-workout setting. Peri-workout means pre, intra, and post-workout. So have all of your carbohydrates in your pre-workout, intra-workout, and post-workout meal, and then the meals that don't surround the workout, stick to simply fats and proteins. You don't want to have any carbohydrates if it's not near your workout. This will ensure your body's shelling nutrients into muscle cells and glycogen over fat cells, and also keeping your hormones in check like your testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, hunger hormones. Not to mention, if you keep all your carbohydrates in the peri-workout setting, you're guaranteed to have the best workouts you can possibly have. So if you have more energy in your workouts, you're going to be able to work harder and burn more calories in those workouts. The fifth tip would be to increase your water intake. Very simple. A lot of people actually don't drink as much water as they think they do. Aim for at least 4 liters per day, and try bringing a 1 or 2 liter water bottle with you to the gym during your workout. And that's when it's most important as well, because a lot of the times when we think we're hungry, our body's just thirsty. So if you're sipping on water throughout the day, you're going to feel less hungry and you won't be susceptible to these binges. Your appetite's going to be lower and you're going to feel more satiated if you're drinking water throughout the day. And the sixth tip would be to implement deloads or diet breaks. We all neglect rest and recovery far too often. We always think more is better. Sometimes we're just pushing too hard for too long. So if you're noticing a lack of motivation to go train or persisting muscle soreness, consider taking 3 days off from the gym completely. This will allow your body to completely recover, reduce their stress, and actually super compensate and get your motivation back, get you training harder, get your body responding better to nutrients. And if you're doing a diet break, then raise your intake by 300 to 500 up to maintenance. Stay there for 1 to 2 weeks until you feel much better, and then your body's ready and primed to jump right back into that fat loss phase. Those are my 6 tips for crushing fat loss plateaus. To recap, I like to implement some sort of refeed day, add in some high intensity interval training, create an EPOC effect through my resistance training, focus on meal timing, increasing my water intake, and implementing some sort of deload or diet break. And let me know what your guys' tips are to break through fat loss plateaus. I'd actually love to hear some input from you guys and see what you guys do. So I'll talk to you guys in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.